Your goddess has no dominion here.
What happens when fire meets water, and love is torn by war? In Avatar, Fire and Ash, James Cameron doesn't just return us to Pandora, he burns it to the ground. A new enemy rises, alliances fracture, and the Sully family is pushed beyond breaking. But the real danger? It's not what you expect. Welcome back to Review, your cinematic deep dive into the stories that move us, thrill us, and sometimes haunt us. Today, we journey back to Pandora, but not the one we left behind. With Avatar, Fire and Ash, James Cameron unleashes his most daring chapter yet, where lava replaces water, fire replaces wonder, and family is tested like never before. We're breaking down the official trailer, the conflicts, and the emotional pulse of this long-awaited third chapter. So hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you don't miss the next soul-stirring breakdown right here on Review. Let's begin. Pandora has always been a world of wonder. Glowing jungles, floating mountains, and oceanic kingdoms that make Earth seem ordinary. But this time, James Cameron flips the script. Gone are the tranquil reefs of the Metkayina. In Fire and Ash, the first trailer opens with a world on fire, literally. Volcanic ash clouds the skies. Red embers dance across charred forests. And from the shadows rises a new force. The Ash People, led by the fierce Varang, played by Una Chaplin. Unlike the harmonious clans we've known, Varang's people are hardened by the volcanoes they call home. Their faces painted in streaks of crimson, their eyes hardened by centuries of survival. And they have no love for Jake Sully or Iwa. The logline teases this return. Marine turned Nasik's leader Jake Sully, the Sully family, and a new war rising. But the trailer gives us more. We see Kiri trapped. We hear Varang coldly declaring that Iwa has no dominion here. This is no longer just a fight for Pandora. This is a fight between belief and vengeance. From the very first frame of the trailer, something feels off. Not about Pandora, but about the Sullys themselves. A scene shows Loak, Jake and Neytiri's son, sulking away. Another shows Jake, voice raised, confronting Neytiri. For a family that survived war together, why are they falling apart now? It's clear, grief, trauma, and survival have left their mark. In The Way of Water, we saw the Sullys forge a bond with the Metkayina clan, a bond forged in the tides of exile and loss. But Fire and Ash introduces a new pressure point: loyalty. As Jake faces not only human invaders but the Ash People, his children are no longer just bystanders. They are actors, rebels, even liabilities. Loak seems drawn deeper into his bond with Sierra from the Metkayina, possibly in defiance of his father. Spider, who shares blood with Colonel Quaritch, appears torn between the family who raised him and the monster who made him. And Kiri, mysterious, connected to Iwa, becomes a target. A symbol, maybe even a weapon. James Cameron warned that the family would be put through the ringer. But from what we see, that might be an understatement. You thought Colonel Quaritch was dead? You thought wrong. Stephen Lang's Quaritch, now fully Nasik's, returns as the saga's unkillable shadow. But Fire and Ash doesn't just bring him back. It lets him evolve. In the trailer, Quaritch is seen walking into the stronghold of the Ash People, a silent, smoldering volcano fortress. The message is clear. He's forming an alliance with Varang. Fire with fire. Hate with hate. This twist flips expectations. Where we once assumed the Nasik's clans would unite against the humans, we now see betrayal. The Manquan clan, a new group, appears to side with the enemy, giving Quaritch and the RDA a terrifying new advantage. And what of Spider? His biological father is now Pandora's greatest threat. The trailer shows him in distress, caught between fire and blood. Quaritch's obsession with Jake Sully hasn't burned out. It's been reignited. There's something tragic unfolding behind the epic scale. Nasik's fighting Nasik's. In The Way of Water, the Metkayina clan, led by Tanawari and Ronal, gave the Sully family refuge. Their world of ocean depths and spiritual balance offered a chance at healing. But now they're forced into another war. The trailer teases tensions rising between the Metkayina and the Ash people, and possibly even within the clans themselves. Varang is not just an enemy. She's Nasik's, but her beliefs clash with everything Iwa represents. It's heartbreaking. What once was a unified spiritual people is being divided, not just by human greed, but by centuries of buried conflict. We see soaring warships, glowing skies, and explosive confrontations. And at the center of it all, Jake Sully, trying to hold a fractured family together while a civil war erupts around him. Can water extinguish fire, or will the ashes consume them all? Say what you will about James Cameron, but one thing's certain. He's a world builder without equal. The trailer is a visual feast. Swampy bioluminescent jungles, lava flows that look like they bleed, giant flying vessels that rise above cloud-filled skies. This is Pandora like we've never seen it before. Cameron once said he wanted Avatar 3 to reignite the theatrical experience. And with recent blockbusters like F1, Superman, and Jurassic World Rebirth pulling huge numbers, he may just succeed. But beyond spectacle, there's intent. Every environment in the trailer reflects the emotional journey. Conflict, division, rebirth. It's not just pretty, it's symbolic. And yes, the Ash Clan's design is among the boldest we've seen. Warriors clad in molten red, faces painted like flames, eyes glowing with fury. It's a visual declaration of war. Now here's the billion-dollar question, or rather, 2 billion. The first Avatar shattered records with $2.9 billion. The Way of Water followed closely with $2.3 billion. But Fire and Ash faces a different world, one not defined by 13-year gaps or novelty. Can it still win? This time, the wait is shorter. The market is different. And some analysts believe this could be the first Avatar movie not to cross that mythical $2 billion mark. Yet the hype is real. The visuals are stronger. And the emotional stakes are sky-high. Jake, Neytiri, Kiri, Loak, Spider. They're not just characters now. They're legacies. If Fire and Ash delivers on its promise, if it balances spectacle with soul, it could surprise us all. Because the truth is, we don't return to Pandora just to watch it burn. We return to feel something. Avatar. Fire and Ash doesn't look like a sequel. It looks like a reckoning. It's more than war. More than survival. It's a story about what happens when faith meets fury, when family fractures, and when heroes are no longer sure who they're fighting for. So, let me ask you this. Whose side would you be on, the warriors of fire or the protectors of water? Do you trust Jake? Or is his time as leader coming to an end? Comment below with your thoughts. I want to hear everything. Your theories, your hopes, and what you think awaits us in Avatar 4. If you felt something during this breakdown, give this video a like, hit subscribe, and ring that bell so you never miss the next deep dive from Review. Until next time, stay curious, stay cinematic, and never stop asking the big questions.